What's up, everyone? How are you guys doing today? Back with another live free training for you. Jump on in here, ask questions, anything that you need. This is completely free, live, and I'm going to answer any question that you have. If you want to come on here with me, I will send you a code, and you can actually come on here live, and we can talk back and forth. I can answer any questions you have, and I can personally help you. Okay, so let me know if you need anything. Okay. Let me just get set up here. Okay. So let's get going here. So today I want to talk to you about how to make offers that actually get accepted, right? I know this is a big problem in the industry, and I hear this all the time. My students and people in the group, my Facebook group, and even on YouTube, they feel like they're talking to a lot of people, but they're just not getting their offers accepted, right? And they're not really sure why. So today what I want to do is talk to you about how to actually get those offers accepted and show you some tips and some tricks of what I use inside my sales script when I get somebody on the phone to actually get those deals under contract. Okay. So let's do that. So I want to go over that for you today. Make sure you completely understand, what it is that, you need to do to get these deals under contract and make money quickly. Okay. So I want to show you my 7-step process. Okay. There's 7 steps to my sales script. Okay. Now this is a sales script that is, has cost me thousands and thousands of dollars to come up with. And I've refined it over the past about 5 years or so. I've done a lot of different variations of it. And I've perfected this sales scripts where, we convert a lot of deals. So in my company right now, right around every 10 to 15 leads, we're making into a deal. Okay. So think about that. Every 10 to 15 leads that come into my business are actually becoming a deal because we know how to talk to these people, right? We know how to talk to these sellers and find out what they need, what they want, and come up with a solution for them to buy their property, right? And most times, not most times, but there are many times when we actually end up paying more than maybe a competitor, but because we built such great rapport and they trust us and they like us, they end up selling the deal to us. I'm sorry, even though we pay less than other people, because they trust us, they like us, and they realize that we can get the job done and we can get them paid. So our offers aren't more than other people. They're less than other people, other competitors, but we're still getting the deal, okay? Because of the script. And, obviously it takes practice, right? Anything in this business, if you want to be successful, you got to take and you got to practice and you got to put in the work, right? So that goes without question. So let's go through, without wasting any more time, right? I like to get right to the point. Let's go through my 7 steps of wholesaling and what to say on the phone to actually get offers accepted. Okay, I'm going to go through the 7 bullet points here for you today. I can't go into super detail. And obviously, I can't give you my exact script. That's for my actual students that I work with and I partner with, that I mentor. They get that script, but I at least want to give you as much as I can. It'd be irresponsible for me to give that out to everybody. But what I will do is I will go through the exact bullet points of how to do this, so you can take this information and you can go out there and implement it yourself. Okay, so let's go through it. Now, obviously, the first part is the intro, right? And with any sales script, the first part is the intro. Now, this can be whatever. So this doesn't matter if you're texting the person, or it comes from a lead off maybe Google or pay-per-click, or it's a cold call. You get the lead. The lead source, it could be a mailer. It could be any lead source. It doesn't really matter. what you're doing, the actual script is actually the same. Obviously, you got to reference how you got their information. Let them know, yeah, okay, we were just talking on the phone. You're talking to my assistant, or we were just texting, or I got your Facebook message, whatever it may be, right? You start with an intro. Now, the intro is actually really, really important. So you actually want to say the person's names. You never want to ask for the person, okay? When you ask for a person on the phone, what happens? It instantly becomes a sales call, right? And those people don't want to talk to you because they realize, okay, well, what's going on here? This person's trying to sell me something. When in fact, we're not trying to sell them something. We're trying to buy something. But if you're asked for the person, if someone calls me and say, hey, is Nick there? I'm probably going to say, no, Nick's not here. What the heck do you want, right? So you go in, you should already know the person's name, right, from your lead. So you say their name. So it would just be like, hey, John, this is Nick. You go in very friendly, and you go in like you know the person, right? And let me keep this in mind as well. Tonality is super, super important, okay? How you come off on the other end of the phone is going to depict how well you do. Tonality is super, super important. The tone of your voice, okay? Because the person doesn't know you. They've never seen you. They don't know who you are. They don't know your values. They don't know anything about you. And they're about to make a major decision on the other end of that phone to sell you a very valuable piece of property to someone they don't know. So how you come across on the phone, how you sound on the other end of that phone is super, super important. And that comes with practice. But, speak up, speak friendly. If you just go into the call like, hey, John, this is Nick. Opposed to, hey, John, this is Nick. How's it going? Right? Get in there, speak up, be friendly. And tonality has a lot to do with everything you're doing. Okay. So you just say that, and then you go back and say, yeah, I'm actually reaching out about your property over there on Main Street. I'm looking for a house in the area, and I just wanted to see if you might be open to getting an offer on that. They're going to say most likely yes, right? Say, great. I'm glad I got a hold of you then, right? And then you start going right into the script. Now, first thing I'd like to do, that's the first part, is the intro, right? Super, super simple. Introduce yourself and let them know what you're trying to do, right? Boom, intro. The next part is the opening. Okay, part 2 is the opening. Now, this is where you really don't want to skimp on this. Now, the opening is really, only thing this is for is to build some rapport with this person, okay? You want to create a personal relationship with this person. Remember, like I said, people want to do business with people that they like, they know, they trust, right? So get to know them. That's very, very important, the opening. So what I'd like to say is, so how are you? What did I catch you doing today? What are you doing today? Right? This opens up a conversation. They might say, oh, I'm just mowing my lawn. I'm watching my kids. I'm on my lunch break. They could say a lot of things. Then from what they say, keep that conversation going, right? They could say, I'm watching TV. Oh, yeah. What are you watching? They may say, I'm watching the baseball game. Oh, yeah. Who's your favorite team? Blah, blah, blah. If you know something about baseball, talk about that, right? Talk about things you know. If they have kids, talk about your kids, right? If they have a dog, you hear a dog in the background, ask about it. Tell them about your dog, right? Whatever the case may be, whatever they tell you, what are you doing? You ask them, what are you doing today? You take that answer and you start rolling that into more and more conversations and get them to like you and come up with those common interests and make them laugh, talk about any current events, the weather, whatever it takes, but ask them questions, get to know them, and make them like you. It's very, very important. That's how you open up the call. This doesn't have to last forever, but that's a good way to open up the call and to really set the tone. So they realize, okay, I like this person. I want to keep this conversation going. And yeah, maybe I would sell this person if the terms are right. Okay. Very, very simple. Next part is the investigation. Part 3 is the investigation of this. Okay. So what I like to do is you want to open this right up, like know the area, right? So I teach how to do this to all my students 100% virtually. So even if you want to do deals in your backyard, I teach you how to do it virtually, okay? Because with that, you're going to be so much more successful. Even I live here in Miami. Even on my Miami deals, I don't go out and see the property. Everything's over the phone, okay? Your time is very valuable. In that time that you're going to waste going out to an appointment, seeing the property, driving there, driving back, being stuck in traffic, whatever it may be, you can talk to 10, 20, 30 more people in that meantime and make more money instead of wasting your time doing those type of small activities, right? So I teach everything virtual. So even most of the deals we do, we're nationwide now. So maybe this is a deal is in the middle of Oklahoma someplace. And I've never been to Oklahoma. I don't know anything about Oklahoma City. I don't know the first thing, right? But what I do know is that when I'm talking to someone, I have a few things open on my screen. One of those things is a Google Maps. So I poke their address in as soon as I start talking to them, or I put it right into estesdata.com, right? Write that in the comments below, estesdata.com. That is, so you look on the map and then you point out something around them. So you go, oh, okay, yeah, you're right next to that park over there, right? Memorial Park. I know that area very well, right? So you start getting them to realize, okay, this guy, I like him. Now he knows this area very well. So you're just looking on a Google map and you point out something. It could be a church, it could be a restaurant, it could be a park, it could be anything that you see. It could be a school, anything you see is around them. Point that out to them. And let them know that you're not only some guy that doesn't know anything. You're educated in the area, and I know this area very well. So set that expectation right out of the gate, out of the investigation. I love to do that, and it helps me out a lot. Okay. Next thing is you really want to set the expectation. You want to ask them, listen, if we could come to a fair agreement, and we're a good fit for each other, you're definitely looking to sell, right? Remember, tonality. And this is where you make them commit. And this is where if you get down to the end of the phone call and they're not very motivated, they say, oh, I got to think about it. You refer back to this. Well, on the beginning of the phone call, I asked you if you said you were definitely ready to sell. You said yes. What changed? Right? So ask that in the very beginning. If you get down to this question and they say, nah, I'm not really looking to sell. Well, don't go on with the conversation. Don't waste your time. Get on the phone with another lead and talk to someone who's actually motivated to sell. So always ask that question. If we're able to come to a fair agreement, it feels like we're a good fit for each other, then you're definitely looking to sell, right? Make them say yes, right? And then what you want to do is you want to start getting some information from them. Investigation, right? Find out what their must-haves are, right? What must they have? Uncover their pain, right? Very, very important. Find out what's going on in their life. What kind of pain are they facing? Are they going through foreclosure? Is the bankruptcy? Do they have to move? Do they lose their job? It could be a million things, right? Find out what's going on with them. Find out also, try to get some more personal level things. Find out what it would do for them if you could actually buy the property and they could sell it, right? Get their pain points, right? Figure out all this information. Figure out what they plan to do with the money. This is another big thing. Find out what they plan to do with the money. How are they going to spend it, right? Because that's going to tell you, then you can use that as ammo on the back end of this conversation and say, well, you told me that you really want to take your wife on that trip. And I could definitely help you out with that. It seems like we're not too far off on price, right? So use all this information in this investigation stage. It's going to help you in the back end of this conversation when you're negotiating, okay? That's the third part. You got the intro, you got the opening where you're building rapport, then you're doing all your investigation to find out your pain points and let them know that you're an expert in the area, okay? You're pulling all kinds of information out of them, all right? And obviously inside the script, I lay all this out, right? And I line by line, all you got to do is follow along, boom, boom, boom. I'm looking at it right now, okay? After that, the fourth part is the data, okay? This is where you get information about the property. Listen, up to this point, this conversation you might be 5-10 minutes into this conversation. We've said nothing about the property, okay? If you notice that, we're not even talking about the property at all. We're talking about them. People sell houses, okay? Houses don't sell themselves. So get to know the person. That's who's selling the property, okay? The property is really irrelevant. It's the motivation of the person that you need. Okay. So the fourth part is you're finally talking about the actual property. You get the data about the property. Now, for this, just ask them. So tell me a little bit more about the house. What's the situation with the place? And I like this question because it's very, very open-ended, right? That can mean anything. What's the situation with the place? Well, it could be anything. So they're going to start talking. And that's the key, right? You want them to start talking and getting to know them. And listen, when you're on the phone with somebody, you should be talking 20% of the time and listening 80% of the time, right? Make them talk, right? How'd you acquire? Are you currently living in the property? Is it vacant? Tell me about the condition. How's the roof? How old's the kitchen, right? How the foundation good? Are the windows original? Start going through piece by piece and getting a lot of information about the condition of the property. The more you can pick out about the condition of the property, the better you're going to do. Okay, because that's all. Because same thing at the end of this conversation, when we get down to about pricing. Well, you told me that that the roof wasn't replaced and had original kitchens and original bathrooms, and you said that the countertops needed replacing and the appliances weren't working and whatever it may be, right? So you're gonna lay all that information out. If you don't have the information, you can't lay it out to help you get the price down. Okay. So do we get all the data of the property, find out all the condition, right? Also, what I like to ask them is, how much money do you think it would take to bring up the showroom condition? Make them give you a number. Well, maybe, they're probably going to lowball, but maybe they say 20, 30,000. Okay. Well, at least at that point, they're giving you a number. They realize that it's going to take money to fix up their property. Okay. So that's the data portion. Okay. Then what we do is we get into the pricing. Okay. Then we get into the pricing. Now, the first question I like to ask about pricing is I get right down to the nuts and bolts. And I ask them, do you currently have a mortgage on the property that we'd have to pay off? Most people say yes, they have a mortgage. All right, what's a ballpark of what that payment is, about what that payoff is? Make them tell you what they owe on the property. If you've built rapport up to this point, 99% of people are going to tell you how much they owe on the property. Let them know we have to pay that off, right? If I'm going to be buying your property, we're going to be paying that off. So I have to know how much that is. Then say, okay, cool. Are there any additional taxes or liens or anything we'd have to pay off as well? Then you start getting into it. Perfect. This house seems like a great fit. This is just what we're looking for. Let me tell you a little bit about us or me or whatever, right? Then you can start going off and you can tell them a little bit about you. We buy a lot of houses in the area. We're a family-run company. We buy 20 houses a year. You can say whatever you want, right? Tell them about you and your company, and all the benefits of working with you. We buy houses in as-is condition, right? We'll buy exactly as it is. We'll pay all the closing costs. You won't have to pay any realtor fees, right? So lay out all the benefits of working with you. Then you get into it and ask them after that, after they know all the benefits and after you've uncovered all their pain and you know all about the property condition, you get down, you ask them and say something like this. So let me ask you, if I were to buy this property in as-is condition, the way that it sits right now, and I pay off your mortgage, what's the least amount you want to walk away with? Now, that is a very, very powerful statement because I'm doing a couple things here. I'm making them give me a price. Okay, that's the first part about price in this entire script is almost to the very end. And I'm not talking about price until the very, very end. And when I'm making them give me a price. Okay, remember this. One key here. The person who gives the first price always loses, okay? You never want to give out the first offer. So always, you need to get a price of what someone is looking to sell their house for. If you can do that, you're going to be way ahead of the curve because most people in this business just throw out random offers with no idea what they're doing, right? Make them give you a price. You're going to be so much ahead, right? And inside my training programs, I teach you how to do this, and I give all kinds of rebuttals to make people give you a price. And once you get a price out of someone, it's very, very easy to tell if they're motivated or they're unmotivated. And if they're motivated, boom, you're good. And that's how you get those big spreads, guys. That's how you get those big, big, big spreads, is you get a price out of the seller. Because you don't want to make it an offer. Maybe this person would take out, give me 100,000, I would let it go. And you say you make it an offer of 120. Obviously, they're going to take that, but you could have got that for 20,000 less if you just knew how to ask for their price first, right? In a very strategic way. If you knew how to do that, and that's one of the major keys of this entire script, is how to get a price out of the seller and make them sell the property to you, right? In my script, if you've noticed, we're not doing any selling. We're not doing any selling. We're making them sell the property to us. We're laying out all their pain points. And by the end of the script, they want to sell the property to us. They want to get rid of the property. And that's the key, right? And that's how my company is able to make very big spreads on properties, because we're not giving out the first price. We make them give us a price, and then we're negotiating from there. So even if they told us 100 and I would have paid 120, we're starting at 100, then we're knocking them down to maybe 90 and 80. And I could have sold it for maybe 130. And that's how you get those 50, 60, $100,000 spreads. That's how you make the big money in this game, right, guys? Wasn't too long ago, I just made $149,000 on one wholesale deal, right? And I didn't do that by making an offer. The person told me of what they would take, and I said, okay, boom. And it was that big of a spread, okay? Because I laid out the pain points. I knew how to use this script correctly, all right? So always get a price out of them, okay? Now, once they give you a price, what you want to do is you want to go to estesdata.com, okay? Estes Data. Somebody please put that in the chat for me. You go there, and then you can see all the other properties in the area and what they're selling for, right? This is another portion of my program is teaching how to come up with offers, right? But that's really not what this here is about, because getting an offer accepted really doesn't have a whole lot to do with price. If you know how to do pricing correctly, you're going to be fine. So what you need to be doing is you go on to Estes Data and you look at all the comps in the area. And what I do is I try to find the lowest priced properties that have sold, okay? The lowest priced properties that have sold in the area, okay? And I use those as anchors, okay? So if they told me they'd take 100,000, I'm going to find other properties in the area that are somewhat similar that have sold for less. And I'm going to say, listen, I understand you want 100, but I'm looking at this property right next door here. Looks kind of similar to yours, and that just sold for 70. And I'm seeing this other one over here that sold for 50. So, if I could get somewhere in that range, would that work for you, right? We're asking questions. We're not making offers, right? We don't make offers until we agree on a price. I'm asking questions and making them tell us what they would take. They may say, well, that seems a little low. I might be able to do a little less than 100. Maybe I can do 85. Maybe they say I'll do 90, right? And then you're getting them down, right? So you're using anchors. You're using Estes Data to find all the recent sales in the area, okay? And then you're finding those low anchors, and you're educating the seller on what similar houses are selling for. So key, guys. We're building rapport, and we're educating the seller on what similar homes are selling for. We're not just throwing out offers. And that's the key to getting your offers accepted. Right? They know, they trust me. This guy's educating me, and he's willing to know what I want for the property. So at that point, you give the anchors, and see what they say. If they get upset and say, oh, I would never sell for that. Hey, I understand. I get that. I'm just letting you know what other similar properties are selling for. I'm not telling you what I would pay for your property, right? So that's the key right there, guys. That's the key. Then from there, you can negotiate it down, right? Then from there, you negotiate that price down and as much as you can, right? negotiate based on their pain points, right? So remember, we're talking, you can use a bunch of different stuff that you gathered in the beginning of the script, right? You told me that you needed to sell, you're going through foreclosure. You told me you want a little bit of money to take your wife on a trip. You told me that the house was in bad condition, the roof's leaking, you don't have money to fix it, right? And you lay out all the different expenses of the property to fix it up, and you're using that as information to use to help you to get the deal. And let them know, listen, I can get rid of all these problems. I can put the money in your pocket. You can move on to bigger and better things with your life and just be done with this, and I'll help you out of the situation. We're not too far away on price. What do we have to do today to get the deal done? Ask that question. They're going to tell you what it's going to take to get the deal done. Right, guys? We're asking questions and we're making them sell the property to us. And that's how you get your offers accepted. And that's how my company is able to every 10 to 15 leads, we're getting under contract. Okay. And then once you get that done, you can negotiate on a price. If it seems like it works out, you get the contract signed right over the phone. Okay. Right over the phone, you get the contract signed. In my company, we never send a contract out without us being on the phone with them. We'll send them a DocuSign, get them to sign it right over the phone. We get it back, and boom, they're good to go. So as you can see, guys, that is the key. Obviously, I went into pretty good detail, but I can't give the exact script, obviously, unless you're one of my students. But if you found this helpful, listen, I have 2 different programs now where I can actually help you do this business. Okay. They're not courses. I don't have courses. Okay. I have 2 programs that I will physically, personally help you. One's for complete beginners. If you're 100% new, you've never done a deal, or you're just getting started. Maybe you've done one deal, but you're stuck and you want me to partner with you. I have a partnership program. Well, I will actually partner with you and I will help you close deals. Okay. We'll be partners. We'll split the profit. Okay. This is something completely new, and it's very, very low cost. It's only a few dollars to join. And when I say a few dollars, I truly mean only a few dollars to join this. And I will partner with you, okay? Because we're going to be partners. I'm going to be making money when you make money, okay? So I'll be willing to help you for practically nothing, okay? So that's my partnership program. Now, on the other hand, if you're already doing deals, maybe you're stuck at doing 1 to 3 deals a month and you want some personal mentorship. You want me to mentor you so I can help you scale your business to 10 plus deals a month. I have a one-on-one mentorship program. Now, obviously, that's not super, super low cost. I'm going to be helping you one-on-one, helping you scale your business. So if you're already making money and you want to scale to $100,000 plus, I have a one-on-one mentorship program that can help you with that. And for either one of these programs, all you have to do is go to apexwholesaling.com. And you can pick which one you're interested in. And on there as well, you can also chat with me. So if you have questions about a program, if you want to ask me any questions, I'm happy to answer those questions and talk to you about your goals and your budget and what would be the best fit for you. Okay, guys? So I'm coming at this from a more of a partnership in a one-on-one way, opposed to just trying to sell you a course and you're on your own. Okay. So if you're interested in some personal help, I have my partnership program. If you're completely new, you want help doing your first deal, I will partner with you and I will actually do most of the work for you. Okay. We can partner on deals and we can split the profit. If you're already doing deals, but you want help scaling to 10 plus deals a month, I have a one-on-one mentorship program where I'll help you do that. Get from 1 to 3 deals a month to 10 plus. So either one of these, they're very, very personal. I help personally on either one of these programs. You work with you. I work with you and I help you. Okay. So if that sounds good, guys, make sure you go to apexwholesaling.com. Okay. apexwholesaling.com. Let me just look at a couple of the comments here. If you have any comments, any questions, put them in here right now. I will answer them for you. What's up? What's up? Let's see. Next question. Do you think having a realtor's license is helpful for wholesaling? Well, it can hurt. Let me put it this way, but you don't need it. Okay. The only reason why it may help you to have a realtor license is to have access to the MLS. Okay. When you have access to the MLS, you can pull up comps and do that kind of stuff to evaluate properties. But with technology now, you don't really need it. Okay. Estesdata.com. I've said this before. Estesdata.com. It pulls up all those same comps. So I can do this nationwide just by using Estes data. I don't need the MLS. So is it helpful? It can hurt, but you don't need it. Okay. Personally, I probably wouldn't waste my time to get it first if that's what you're asking. All right. Any other questions? Let me know. But yeah, I think this was a good training today. Hopefully, you found this very, very helpful. My 7 steps to actually getting offers accepted. This training is completely free, and I give away way, way, way more than I should, but I'm here to help you guys. And it's not really the information that with me that you're paying for. I'm happy to give away as much information I can for free. The only thing that, that for me is if you want my personal one-on-one help, it's my time. Okay. So if you found this helpful, my company right now, we're doing 20 plus deals every single month. We have 80 deals in escrow waiting to close. We're doing hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. So I'm more than qualified to help any of you. I'm willing to put my stats up against any other guru out there of what we're closing, what we're actually doing. So if you need help, I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you for free as well. If you want just some free help, make sure you're on my YouTube channel, my Facebook group. I'm in here every single week giving away free game, helping you guys. But if you want some one-on-one help, if you're just starting or you want to help scaling, go to apexwholesaling.com and I will personally help you. Okay, guys? Hopefully you liked today's live. There's no more comments, so I'm going to wrap it up here, and I will see you next week.